sports, trade, economy, defence and cultural cooperation were the main topics of discussion between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud during the latter's state visit. Today, the two leaders also co-chaired the first meeting of Strategic Partnership Council, among others.
भारत के लिए सऊदी अरब हमारे सबसे महत्वपूर्ण स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनर में से एक है। हमारा आपसी सहयोग पूरे क्षेत्र की शांति और स्थिरता के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है।
After having participated in the G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman held extensive talks with our Prime Minister and discussed shoring up bilateral trade and defence ties.
आज की हमारी बैठक से हमारे संबंधों को एक नई ऊर्जा, एक नई दिशा मिलेगी और हमें मिलकर मानवता की भलाई के लिए काम करते रहने की प्रेरणा मिलेगी। कल हमने मिलकर भारत, पश्चिम एशिया और यूरोप के बीच इकोनॉमिक कॉरिडोर स्थापित करने के लिए ऐतिहासिक शुरुआत की है।
There is cooperation to build the future of our country and create opportunities. Today we're working on the future opportunities. There is a huge agenda to be working with. We are working through this council to achieve these accomplishments.
This is a big deal. This is a real big deal.
In a bid to stimulate economic development through enhanced connectivity and economic integration, India, along with other members of the G20, has now entered into a historic memorandum of understanding to develop an India-Middle East-Europe economic corridor. This proposed corridor will comprise of two separate corridors, the Eastern Corridor and the Northern Corridor. The former will connect India to the Arabian Gulf and the latter will connect the Arabian Gulf to Europe. As per the MOU, the members intend to meet within the next 60 days to develop and commit to an action plan with relevant timetables. However, although the memorandum sets forth the political commitments of its participants, it does not create any rights obligations under international law, which means that the members are not necessarily bound by it. US President Joe Biden joined hands with Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince at the behest of Prime Minister Modi to solidly back the project. This also comes at a time when Italy, a G7 power, under Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, is poised to withdraw from China's sponsored BRI. China's Belt and Road Initiative, often called the New Silk Road, is an ambitious plan to develop two new trade routes connecting China with the rest of the world. But it's about more than infrastructure. The project has expanded to Africa and Latin America, significantly broadening China's economic and political influence. The Middle East Corridor MOU comes at a time when the Chinese BRI project is being questioned not only outside the country but also within the country, as a number of participating countries like Pakistan and Sri Lanka have no money to pay back Beijing debts due to high interest rates and are being forced to swap debt with equity in the project. Parmeshwar Bava for NDTV.
And a day after Chandrababu Naidu's arrest, Telugu Desam activists spilled onto the roads despite prohibitory orders, as this could be the beginning of a do-or-die battle for the party. Chandrababu Naidu is the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh.
Protests by Telugu Desam activists across Andhra Pradesh after former Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu was sent to Rajahmundry Central Jail late on Sunday by an ACB court in Vijayawada and became remand prisoner 7691. The former Chief Minister is accused of conspiring to divert government funds meant for upskilling youth.
So without producing any kind of evidence, how can you say that Chandrababu Naidu had committed a crime or was part of some kind of a corruption in the skill development issue? So it is purely political vendetta. It is purely witch hunting. Not able to face Chandrababu Naidu democratically, the Chief Minister Jagan Reddy, with the help of his puppet police department, had cooked up a false case without producing any kind of evidence. They are trying to frame Chandrababu Naidu as a kind of a corrupt politician, and yesterday they have sent him.
Prohibitory orders had been imposed, fearing that trouble could escalate on the ground. The YSRCP said Naidu would pay for what they called his wrongful actions.
Whatever the department has done and whatever the crime he has done, they have put forth before the court with strong evidences, and giving remand itself is the proof that prima facie court is also strongly believing that it's a strong case.
Even as Chandrababu Naidu braces for a legal battle, then Finance Secretary P.V. Ramesh said his statement to the CID appears to have been misinterpreted and insists that all due procedure was followed by the then Chief Minister and his department in release of funds to the Skill Development Corporation. Politics in Andhra Pradesh tends to be personal and nasty. If for years Chandrababu Naidu took a jibe at Jagan Mohan Reddy for his time in jail, it is now payback time for the YSRCP. The timing of the arrest of Naidu just a few months before elections, however, could be a major setback to the Telugu Desam, for who this could be the beginning of a do-or-die battle. With Madhu, Lakshman and Venu in Andhra Pradesh, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
And the Bharatiya Janata Party is forging an alliance with the JDS in Karnataka ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. A seat-sharing agreement, however, is the big challenge, and talks are underway between the party leaders in the state.
The humiliating defeat in the recent state elections paved the way for both the JDS as well as the BJP to join hands and confront the Congress that won with a thumping majority. While the alliance between the JDS and the BJP in Karnataka for the upcoming Lok Sabha election has been finalized, the seat-sharing agreement between the two remains unclear. BJP leader B.S. Yediyurappa has opened up about the number of seats agreed between the two, which the JDS patriarch has denied.
Happy about that. Devegowda ji met our Prime Minister. They have finalized about 4 seats. For that I welcome them.
JDS is strong in 8 Lok Sabha seats of Old Mysore region, and its influence in the Vukaliga dominated areas will strengthen the BJP. The constituencies include Chamarajnagar, Mandya, Mysore, Tumkur, Hassan, Bengaluru Rural, Kolar and Chikballapur. The Congress, however, encroached into the JDS BJP vote bank in the same region during the recent assembly election. This, despite BJP bagging 26 out of 28 seats in the 2019 Lok Sabha election when the Congress and the JDS had formed a pact. JDS's Devegowda still thinks his party cannot be taken lightly.
Modi Sampark Nano Bharatiya Janata Party Mukuru ಅವರಾಗೇನೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಟ್ಟಾಗ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ಸತ್ಯ. ಆದರೆ ಯಾವ ಸೀಟು ನನಗೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ.
Devegowda's son H.D. Kumarasamy also talked about the alliance with the BJP while recollecting the time in 2006 when he joined hands with Yediyurappa, paving the way for BJP's first entry into South India. While the JDS hasn't performed well in the recent election, the BJP is looking for a helping hand like it did in 2006. Both the parties are trying to test the waters with the grand Lok Sabha election that is fast approaching. With camera person Kumar, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
12 people have been injured in clashes between supporters of Tripura's ruling BJP and Tipramoda, the new party formed by erstwhile Royal Pradyot Kishore Debarman at the state's Sipahi Jala district. Among the injured are several policemen who were trying to bring the mob under control. Several two-wheelers have been vandalized. Tipramoda workers have been accused of obstructing BJP workers from participating in a pre-scheduled event, which led to the clashes. There are, of course, counter-claims that outsiders affiliated with the BJP were responsible for causing disturbances in the region. And the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde chaired an all-party meeting today This even as the protests demanding Maratha quota reservations has only been intensifying. My colleague Ronak joins us for more on this. Ronak, what are the key outcomes of this all-party meet which seem to have gone on for several hours?
देखिए, मुख्य तौर पर जो सर्वदलीय बैठक मुख्यमंत्री ने बुलाई थी उसमें साफ तौर पर एक फैसला एक मत से लिया गया, वो ये कि मनोज जरांगे पाटिल जो पिछले 29 अगस्त से जिनका आंदोलन महाराष्ट्र के जालना में इस मराठा आंदोलन को लेकर चल रहा है, और उन्होंने तुरंत प्रभाव से अपना जो प्रोटेस्ट है वो खत्म करना चाहिए, अनशन खत्म करना चाहिए, ये फैसला जो है वो इस बैठक में हुआ और सर्वदलीय नेता जो है उनको कल रिक्वेस्ट भी करने वाले। दूसरा जो प्रमुख मांगे थी कि जिस वक्त लाठीचार्ज हुआ उस वक्त कई आंदोलनकर्ताओं पर भी पुलिस के साथ मारपीट के मामले दर्ज किए गए थे, तो मराठा आंदोलनकर्ताओं ने मांग की थी सरकार से कि उनके ऊपर जो एफआईआर दर्ज की गई है वो तुरंत प्रभाव से रद्द की जाए। तो सरकार ने आज वो भी उनकी बात जो है वो मांग ली और सरकार ने आश्वासन दिलाया कि जल्द से जल्द मराठाओं को कैसे रिजर्वेशन दिया जा सके, इसके लिए सरकार हर वो कदम उठा रही है जो जरूरी है। लिहाजा सभी लोगों ने सरकार की इस बात पर विश्वास जताया है और आगे सरकार को साथ देने की बात कही है।
Right. Thank you very much, Ronak, for those details. And the Drug Controller General of India has issued an alert for counterfeit cancer and liver medication. This after the World Health Organization flagged spurious versions of Takeda Pharma's cancer injection and Gentium's liver drugs. Vedant has more.
Another big blow for the Indian pharmaceutical industry after multiple WHO alerts and foreign country alerts on Indian medicines, Indian manufactured medicines. Now an alert on cancer injection Etcetris and liver medicine Defitelio. Now after the WHO alert, the drugs controller, DGCI or the drug regulator, has issued instructions to monitor the sale of these falsified medicines. So the state drug controllers have been asked to monitor the sales of these two medicines. The WHO had said that counterfeit injections from at least 8 batches are in circulation. In fact, this was not just with regard to what's happening in India, but also in Turkey. Now, drug regulators across the country have been asked to be vigilant and be alert. In fact, doctors and patients both have been advised to be particularly vigilant as far as these two medicines are concerned. Now, these fake versions are in circulation across the country. Etcetris, of course, is used for, as I mentioned, as a cancer injection, and Defitelio is used for blocked vessels as far as liver, liver ailments are concerned. So these are, of course, serious ailments we are talking about, and there could be serious health risks and ramifications if these fake or falsified medicines are consumed. Now, the centre has tightened its noose on the pharmaceutical industry, particularly after countries like Uzbekistan and Gambia actually flagged Indian manufactured medicine. So there has been a nationwide crackdown on pharmaceuticals. Show cause notices have been issued to at least 11 drug manufacturers, and nearly 20 pharmaceuticals have been asked to shut. Their entire operations have been asked to shut in just the past 6 or 7 months. Now, the government has also introduced a central quality test for drugs before they're exported. So there's a central standardization mechanism that's now in place for export quality drugs. But the big question is, does Indian domestic pharma also need stricter vigil? Now, as far as fake drugs are concerned, it's a big menace. There's a fake drug empire running in India. In just the past 1 year, 6 states have, there's been a drive against fake drugs in 6 states, including UP, Bihar, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana and Telangana. Spurious drug rackets have been detected across 6 states. Fake drugs were manufactured mostly in Himachal and Haryana, and they were transported to various states, and the suppliers pasted invoices of other goods to actually fool tax officials. After this, it was a joint effort between the central drug regulator, the CDSCO, and state drug regulators, and there was a joint drive that was launched against these fake drugs. So, of course, it's a big menace, and it comes at a time when there's a lot of trust deficit surrounding Indian pharmaceuticals.
Welcome back. Indian markets rally for 7 straight trading sessions to hit record high levels. While the Nifty 50 crossed the 20,000 level for the first time, Sensex was about 400 points shy of its record high. BQ Prime's Neeraj Shah reports.
Markets on a high on India's G20 summit being a huge success. We saw the Sensex surpass the 67,000 mark and the Nifty hit an all-time high of 20,000. And of course, we saw economy-sensitive stocks such as metals and infrastructure surge sharply, along with all heavyweights, all banking stocks, Adani major stocks outperforming through the day. So for those wondering what are the factors that have impacted the markets from the G20, well, here's a quick roundup. As per market experts, of course, they have cheered the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor launch, India's digital public infrastructure framework being recognized, the agreement to triple energy capacity by 2030, India-US pledging cooperation to build resilient semiconductor supply chains, and a sentimental boost for markets as well coming from the Africa Union inclusion and the adoption of the Delhi Declaration. So how will each of these factors impact markets going forward? Now, as per experts, the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor launch will boost trade, exports and employment. And the Digital Public Infrastructure Alliance will ensure transfer of skills from India to other nations. Analysts also believe the agreement to triple green energy capacity by 2030 will be significant for jobs in the rural sector and the overall environment. Remember, India and US have pledged cooperation to build resilient semiconductor supply chains. And now this is crucial as economists feel this will boost manufacturing, in particular for the auto sector. And now with markets rejoicing the success of the G20 summit, the spotlight is all on the goals that have been set.
Well, it definitely seems like a great day for India. From markets on a high to cricket fans on a high, there's much rejoicing. We'll leave you with all of that. That's all we have for you. Thank you for watching.